Yeah. By yourself is crazy. Come on, you trying to get your back blown out. Take your ass on them girls trips if you want. Let these women cap y'all. I've been to a lot of countries and a lot of states. They're not going out there to get drunk, dress sexy, ass out just for the gram. They got that balcony suite for a reason. They trying to
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl Show. My name is Janine if you are new here. If you're new, of course, hit that subscribe button. Of course, turn your notifications on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So, a lot of what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, says is centered around relationships and healing and trauma and all of that. And I think that it's the topics of discussion are amazing. There's a lot of things that she said that I do agree with. I do. And there's some that I'm like, girlfriend, that ain't, But I also, I don't want to take away, just because I don't agree with certain things, take away that what she's trying to say is not completely wrong. It's just you're trying to make it, you're saying it in a way that's not realistic and that's not reality, to fit a certain narrative. But on the topic of marriage, I want to drop this clip for y'all because I want y'all to see this and I want y'all to really follow me on this conversation, because I think what she said initially, I was like, yes, you're right. But just watch out, listen out and see where you think I might disagree within the video, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it.
Why are we choosing people that we want to change? Why are we not choosing somebody that we say, okay, out of 100% of your moving parts, 75, 80% I'm choosing. The 20% I have to be disciplined to be with you. So when that 20% enters into our relationship, I then have to sit in seat of self and say, I'm not gonna leave you or unplug from you, but I may have to take you in dosage in that season.
Gotcha.
That's commitment. Commitment is doing what you said you was gonna do regardless of how you feel.
That's right.
So if I'm married to you and you're in that 20% of your season that I don't like, that's when discipline and maturity comes in to say, baby, listen, you in that 20%. So I'm not leaving you, but I'm gonna have to fall back a little bit. If you need me, I'm in the other room. If you need me, I done took a vacation somewhere. Not to cheat, not to dismantle my commitment.
We don't think like that when we in it. The reason we don't think like that when we in it.
Because we're getting in it too young when we don't have the thought process to even think.
So what she said was spot on initially. Why do we choose people that we want to change? We always want to fix him, and I could change him, and I'll be with him, but I'm gonna make this work, and I'm gonna change this. Like, why do you want to be with somebody that you have to change? Why not be with somebody that, you can accept them for them? As she said, they ain't perfect. 75% of them, we good. That 20%, 75, 80%, that 20%, it's a little rocky, but I could work with that. I could work with that compared to that, right? Versus saying, I'm going to try to change every man who has this same flaw, and if it don't change, I'll just be by myself. No, everybody's not going to be 100% the way that you want them to be. Let's use examples of, you're with a man who is, let's just say hypothetically, he's not the most, he's not super sensitive, right? He's not good with his words when it comes to expressing his feelings in a overly emotional manner, right? He could be very straight to the point. He's very black and white, but he is attentive to your needs, and he's a good listener. So no, he might not pour out all his emotions. He's not sitting on there crying to you, and you want a man who does that, but he does all the other things. And you keep trying to change him. Well, you ain't emotional enough. I don't know what's going on in your head. Men just have different ways of how they process things and how they communicate things. So we get mad at them and we want to change that. How about we try to understand our partners? Understand them more. He's not emotional. He seems to shut down a little bit, and I might notice that early on. Maybe I try to understand why he's that way. How can I support him with that? Not pull back. Because I don't like that he shuts down at times. I pull back. And that's what I didn't agree with in the video, where she stated that, you in that 20%. So if you need me, I'm over here. If you need me, I'm on vacation. Vacation? So whenever your partner gets into a season or a period of time that it's the part of them that you don't particularly like about them, we run away. That's basically what she said. And that is not marriage. I understand giving space, much needed space when you might shut down and I need to give you time to cool down. I need to give you time to gather your thoughts and we come back and we try to talk about it versus, all right, babe, if you need me, I'm in the other room. I'm about to leave. If you need me, babe, I'm on vacation. That's not that's not how you operate in marriage, because essentially is what you're saying is you really can't deal with that person. You really can't. She's saying that I could deal with the 75, 80%, but the other 20, I can't. So when that 20% pops up, I'm out. And that is not marriage. You got to be willing to deal with that person through and through, 100% of them. Now, you may not always like their ways, but running from them and running from that part of them when it pops up, how do you ever learn to support your partner? How do you ever learn to be a better partner with them in that season? You understand what I'm saying? Let's just use let's use this example. You have a partner who might struggle with seasonal depression. And that thing hits hard during the winter months. You know, when it gets cold outside, some people, so that might be, let's just say, I don't know, let's say the month of December. It's dark early, seasonal depression. I've been suffering from this since I was younger. And I have to really, really pull myself out of this every December, but it's hard. And you know that about me. And you trying to change that about him and just, well, you need to change or you need to fix this. And I've been battling with this for a long time. So can I accept that my partner struggles during this time of the year, right? But throughout the rest of the year, he's an amazing husband. Even during that time, he still shows up. He still gets the job done, but his mood might be different. You know, he might be a little bit more down. He's still interacting with the kids in the best of his ability. He's still going to work. He's still paying the bills. He's still trying to support me. But I also know that this is a hard time for him. That's that piece that it makes me uncomfortable. But I don't run and say, all right, it's December. I'm out. I see you. I'll be back in January. No, ma'am. And I hope I'm making sense. I hope I'm not confusing y'all. Because it's making sense in my head. But we don't say that. We understand that person. We support them, you know. And again, I'm just throwing out examples, but there's so many ways that it's uncomfortable for you and we don't always know what to do to support our partners. But it's also about understanding each other and learning each other and not bailing out. Because if you bail out every time that it gets uncomfortable, you'll never know how to handle your partner during this time. A man can say the same for us as women. I don't like how my woman the type of woman that she turns into during her menstrual cycle. A lot of women suffer from severe PMS. And that's what I got to do with every single month. The mood swings, the attitude, the aggressive behavior. There could be so many different things. The man is not leaving the home every month when your period comes on, right? He understands that's you. I understand. I watched your patterns. I've started to notice what I can do to make it better. I'm preparing you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not running. I'm not like, all right, I'm out with the boys. I see you when your period go off. We can't do that. Again, I can't change that about you because I love all these things about you. But that time of the month is a little rough. So what can I do while we're together to support you, to help you find better coping skills, to help you? But I'm not trying to say, I'm not trying to bail on you when things get rough. Like I said, wanting to change things that are unrealistic. You know that man had 2 kids when you met him. You know that he saw those kids every weekend. You know that was their schedule. So you want to change that to fit your needs. But you knew that up front. So why would you be with a man who got 2 kids, who's a very active dad, who's committed to these activities? Why would you date that person? You think you can come in and try to change the schedule up because you think you're you and you're mad at him because he's committed to his schedule that he's already had with his kids. We do stuff like that too often as women, and it's detrimental. Right? So date somebody who don't have kids. Date somebody who doesn't have such a rigid schedule with their kids. But trying to change what's already going on and being upset that you can't change it, it's a disservice. And like I said, so many women are trying to change a man and make him like you. He don't like you. Focus on a man who does like you. But you can't. You too busy trying to change the man who don't like you. You're trying to get him to come over. You're trying to get him to want to make you his girlfriend. You're trying to make him show you something that he's not. But the man who does like you, who's willing to change for you, he'll change. He'll do whatever you need him to do to be the man that you want him to be. And you don't want him. You don't want him. And you'll get into a relationship with the man who you changed, right? That you wanted to change. And then you mad about it the whole relationship. He don't do this. He don't do that. I thought I could change him. He gave you all this resistance that he did not want to change. So why would you go that way when you had a man who was willing to change for you? Stop choosing people that you want to change. And when I say change, make these drastic changes of who they are as a person, what their lifestyle is. You have to find somebody who works for you. If you can't work with that, then be honest with yourself that I can't work with that. I'm not really the one who can deal with mental health. I'm not really there, right? I'm not a woman who can deal with a man who doesn't express his emotions fully and openly. Okay, cool. You have a choice on to deal with him. I can deal with a man who too invested in his kids. That sounds crazy, but there's some women out here. That's cool. But thinking about getting married and walking into marriage and saying, okay, I could deal with all of this, but that piece, I really can't, but I'll do it anyway. And I'm not really dealing with it because I'm billing during that time of the year, month, whatever it might be, whenever it shows up. I don't know if it's random, periodically, intermittently, whatever. So I think, again, Dr. Bryant's point of choosing people who you are willing to be with, who you're willing to work with is spot on. But again, if you're going to choose that person, choose all of them and all that comes with them. I'm not saying things that are going to be a negative effect on you in a detrimental way, right? We're not saying things are going to hurt you, harm you, affect the livelihood of the family. No. But I'm saying if there's he's not emotional, he's not as tall, he has I don't know, just so many things that could be things that you could work with that are not going to be harmful. Again, men deal with us during our menstrual every month. They got to work with us. They got to love us through it. They got to love us through all of our rockiness, our emotional roller coasters at times. So marriage is work. And if you're not willing to do the work 100%, 365 days of the year, you're not going to be able to make it because you cannot run. You can't run from your partner when they show things that make you uncomfortable. When you see signs in them that it's like, his childhood trauma is creeping up and he's getting a little bit upset about this more than he should. But am I going to run and say, all right, babe, I don't like that, I'm out? Or I'm going to lean into it and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I'm here to support you. Whatever you need from me, I'm here. Just give me a call. I'm here. Now I'm leaving. I'll be back. I'm going on vacation. No, ma'am. So just wanted to share that, y'all. I know this was I dived a little bit deep into this. But I really, really hope that you guys understood the message and the point of this conversation, especially for the women. I really want women to understand what I'm saying and understand that we have control over who we choose. And too often we're choosing people that we don't want and then we want to change. We're too often choosing people that don't want us and then we want to change them and to make them who we want them to be and they don't want to be that person. Focus on who wants you. Focus on who you don't have to, jump through hoops to change. And somebody who wants to change for you is always best, So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this episode, this conversation. Of course, hit that thumbs up button if you like the conversation as well. Subscribe to the channel and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode. Bye.